Hello class 11th, welcome to the online tutorial sessions for economics. In today's video, we are going to cover our 6th chapter, which is Diagrammatic Presentation. Now, in this video, we are going to study about the second type of diagrams, that is two-dimensional diagrams. Now, in your syllabus, you have only pie diagrams. Now, under the pie diagrams, first of all, you must understand what are pie diagrams. So let's start without wasting further time. Pie diagrams. Pie diagrams is a chart, or pie diagrams are the chart of circular shape broken into subdivisions. What are pie diagrams? Basically, they are circular shape which are divided into subdivisions. What you did in the bars, in the subdivided bars, you are going to do in the circle. You have to divide that circle into various sections. Now, the size of the section indicates the proportion of each component's part of the whole. If some sections are more, then they will be more in areas. If some sections are small or very less, then that area will be lesser in amount. So basically, they show the proportion of the components. Now, different sections are distinguished from each other, and they are distinguished with different shades, colors, or by giving descriptions or labels, right? Now, pie diagrams are also known as angular circle diagram. Pie diagrams are also known as angular circle diagrams. Now, what are the steps of making a pie diagram? Now, the first step is that with the help of compass, you have to make one circle, right? And you have to give a heading also. Now, convert that values, whatever the data is given, convert the values of various components into percentage value, of the total, right? Now, the next is third one. The percentage are converted into degrees. Now, this circle can be divided only by taking degrees. Is that clear? Now, are converted into corresponding degrees in a circle. Since one circle contains 360 degrees, as you already know that each circle contains 360 degree, and the percentage value of all items are equal to 100, therefore one percentage value will be represented as 360 degree upon 100, or you can simply write it as 3.6. So first of all, you have to convert the data into percentage, that is in the form of 100%, and then you have to multiply that percentage into 3.6 so that you can have the angle. If you convert that percentage into 3.6, then you can get the angle, right? So multiply each percentage value with 3.6 to get the size of the angle. You will get the defined angle like 60 degree, 120 degree, like that we can get the angles. Now, what to do? From the center, take any radius of you want. If you want any radius, you can take any radius. Now, that radius will be the baseline to draw the first angle, right? You have to take your protractor on the center, and with that baseline you have to mark one angle. Is that clear? Now, the next angle which you have made, you have to draw the line from the center and you have to complete the angle, right? Suppose it was 60 degree. So taking the radius, one radius, you have from the center, you make the 60 degree. Now you have two lines in a circle, right? So now the next line which you have made, the angle one which you have made, that will be the new baseline for making the new angle. Suppose the angle which was 60 degree, now that will be the baseline, and from taking point from that line, you have to put your protractor on the new line, and then you have to make another angle, and again and again, and so on, unless and until you have shown all the sections. So this will be your procedure. And represent the various components by different shades, designs or colors from proper identification. So that's the whole setup for making the diagrammatic presentation of the two-dimensional diagram, which is pie diagrams. Now, this is your question under which there are items of expenditure and their total percentage expenditure, right? Now, for fooding, it's 60%, for clothing, it's 15%, for housing, it's 10%, for fuel and lighting, it's 12%, and for miscellaneous, that is 3%. Now, to convert this percentage expenditure into proportionate angle, you have to simply multiply the percentage with the 3.6 degrees. Now, this is your proportionate angles. 60 into 3.6, that is 216 degrees. 15.3.6, that is 54 degrees. 10 into 3.6, that is 36 degrees. 12 into 3.6, that is 43.2 degrees, and 3 into 3.6, that is 10.8 degrees. Now, if you'll add all these proportionate angle, that is 216 degree plus 54 degree plus 36 degree plus 43.2 degree plus 10.8 degree, you will get exactly 360 degrees. It means that you have perfectly calculated the proportionate angles if the total is 360 degree. Now, draw a circle, take a radius from the midpoint, and this radius will be treated as the base for calculating the first angle. Take this protractor from the center, mark the first angle. Now, this new line will be treated as the next baseline for the next angle. Now put the protractor on the new line and draw the new angle, and likewise you will do all these sections. You will draw all these sections with this. So that's how you are going to make the pie diagram. That was the easy one. Now students, let's move to the next question. Now let's come to the new question. In this question you have been given medium of transport and number of vehicles. Now the medium of transport are private vehicles, taxis, buses, auto rickshaws, and the number of vehicles for private vehicles are 4200, for taxis 2000, for buses 1800, and auto rickshaws are 2000. Now what are the steps? First of all, you have to convert them into percentages. So you have to add them. 4200 plus 2000 plus 1800 plus 2000, that will be 10,000. Now according to that 10,000, you have to convert the number of vehicles and number of taxis, buses and auto rickshaws into percentage. Now by calculating percentage, how you will calculate it? 4200 upon 10,000 into 100, that is 42%. Now 2000 upon 10,000 into 100, that is 20%. Now 1800 upon 10,000 into 100, that is 18%, and 2000 upon 10,000 into 100, that is 20%. Now the next step was to calculate the proportionate angles. Now how will you get the angles? By multiplying the percentage into 3.6, by multiplying with 3.6. So 42% into 3.6, that is 151.2 degree. 20% into 3.6, that is 72 degrees. 18% 18 into 3.6, that is 84.8, that is 64.8 degrees, and 20% 20 into 3.6, that is 72 degrees. Now that's how you're going to calculate the proportionate angles. To check, you have to add all the proportionate angles, that is 151.2 degrees plus 72 degree plus 64.8 degree plus 72 degree. If you add them, you will get 360 degree. It means that you have perfectly calculated the proportionate angles. Now how to make a pie diagram? Just make one circle. After making that circle, make one radius from the center. Any radius you can take from any point. Now this radius will be treated as the baseline for making the first angle. Use your protractor from the midpoint, draw an angle. Now, the new line which you have taken, this line will be taken as a baseline so that you can make another angle. So this will be for the taxis. You have already made private vehicles. Now you will use it as taxi, which is 20%. Which is 20%. So you have to take 72 degrees, right? 70. Draw the angle of 72 degrees. So this is your taxis proportionate angle. Buses. Next is buses. So that is 64.8 degrees. That's your buses. Now again put your protractor on the new line and you will make the auto rickshaw. Basically auto rickshaw is already remained, you don't need to use it. So this is how you're going to make the full complete pie diagram. So this is your pie diagram. Now let's start with the last topic for this chapter, which is limitations of diagrammatic presentation. Now the first limitation is no utility to experts. Basically these diagrams give only a basic idea of the problem which may be useful for common man but not for an expert. Basically with this pie diagram you can have a basic idea about the things, but for an expert this is not complete, this is not enough. So this is not a utility for experts. Second one is limited information. These pie diagram, they give only approx information. There is no detailed information, or this is no precise information. They only give the original statistics table, and which is very limited information. The third one is they can be used only for comparative studies. These pie diagram can only be studied when there is another pie diagram. You can use for comparative studies. You cannot read one pie diagram and you cannot make any analysis. So this is the third one. Fourth one, it could be misused very easily because people can show diagrams and they can influence others with these details. You don't know how to compare, how to make analysis, but these pie diagram can be used to misuse easily. Now fifth one is lack of further analysis. These diagram cannot be further analyzed. They give the very little details, and further they cannot be analyzed. You cannot make an analysis of that. Now the last one is minute difference presentation impossible. When it comes to very different, very little changes, these pie diagrams are failure in that. When there is only, suppose one pie diagram shows 10% and one diagram is showing 10.1%, then how will you define? You cannot differentiate because the area will almost be the same. So this is your sixth limitation. So students, that's all for this video and your chapter is completed. I hope you understood everything and you will complete your notes by today only. So that's all for this video. Stay home, stay safe and see you soon.